Good evening, dear listener. Welcome to episode 3 of our second season, Memory as a Weapon. You see, true history, is never a still pool. No, it is a river. And rivers left unguarded are dammed, redirected, poisoned, or worse, dried up entirely. We live in an age where forgetting has become policy, where memory once sacred is now suspect, where statues crumble not just in stone but in syllables, rewritten, redacted, replaced. And that, my dear compatriot, is no accident. They will not come for you with boots and billy clubs, not yet. They'll come for your history books. They'll come for your curriculum. They'll come for your grandfather's stories, your grandmother's grief, your father's regrets, your mother's warnings. They'll come with cleaner names for darker deeds. They'll say relocation, not removal. Expansion, not invasion. Correctional facility, not concentration camp. They'll edit atrocity into anecdote, erase the footnotes, ban the bibliography, and call it patriotism. We were taught that forgetting was healing, but forgetting, my friends, is surrender. Consider this: a people without memory are a people without resistance. For if you don't remember what they've done, you won't notice what they're doing. They burned the Library of Alexandria once. Now they burn libraries in Florida by calling them unsafe. They ban books in Texas under the guise of parental control. They silence authors who speak of slavery, genocide, revolution, and queerness because those truths scratch too loudly at the doors of comfort. But memory was never meant to comfort. It was meant to confront. You remember Orwell, don't you? Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. And oh, how they control the present. With algorithms, with curriculum committees, with educational integrity boards that treat truth like contraband. A child reads about Malcolm X and they panic. A student references Howard Zinn and they protest. A library hosts a drag queen story hour and they howl like the gates of hell have opened. But they do not howl for morality. They howl because memory is dangerous. They howl because memory breeds perspective. Perspective births empathy. And empathy, dear listener, is the beginning of revolution. They want the children to forget. Forget the lynching trees and the Stonewall bricks. Forget Tulsa's flames and Flint's poisoned taps. Forget the cages at the border. Forget the names Sandra, George, Breonna, Emmett. Forget. Not because the past was pure, but because the future must be controlled. You see, the powerful aren't afraid of what you know. They're afraid of what you remember. Because remembering means you might question. And questioning in an empire of obedience is a sin. But I remember. I remember the first time I read about the Japanese internment camps, not in school, but in a memoir pulled from a dusty thrift store shelf. I remember learning that Rosa Parks wasn't tired, she was trained. I remember when I first saw a redacted CIA document. It didn't reveal secrets. It revealed fear. Their fear. Of us. Of truth. Because truth remembered cannot be ruled. You want to change the world, dear listener? Do not start with the vote. Do not start with the protest. Do not start with the law. Start with memory. Ask your elders. Dig through the archives. Reclaim what was buried beneath the rubble of policy, propaganda, and polite conversation. Tell the stories they told you not to. Read the books they banned. Teach the lessons they erased. Because memory is not a mirror, it is a weapon. When they burn the pages, we write them again, by hand, if we must. When they pull down the stories, we speak them aloud. In kitchens and subways, on stages and sidewalks. When they erase the names, we etch them into our skin, into our breath, into our broadcasts. You are the archive, my friend. You are the monument they cannot topple. You are the footnote they forgot to bury. So I leave you with this. Remember everything, even the pain. Especially the pain. Because only when we remember the darkness can we illuminate the path forward. And when they come again to rewrite, let them find the walls already carved with truth. Truth they cannot whitewash, truth they cannot silence, truth they cannot forget, because we did not let them. Until next time, this was the voice behind the mask, where memory resists and silence is rebellion. Good night, and do not forget.